Some earned schedule metrics, such as the Schedule Performance Index for time, are descriptive. Other earned schedule metrics, such as the Estimate at Complete for time, are predictive. The metric in this video is prescriptive. It's the To Complete Schedule Performance Index. TSPI prescribes the future performance level needed to achieve the desired duration. Here's how to use it. TSPI is a ratio. It's a ratio between two differences. The first difference is the planned duration minus the earned schedule, and the second difference is the difference between a total duration and the actual time. In the context of a plan, the total duration is given by the planned duration. In the context of estimates, the total duration is given by an estimate such as the Estimate at Complete for time. Here, the context is the plan, so the TSPI is equal to the planned duration minus the earned schedule divided by the planned duration minus the actual time. With TSPI, we can assess the feasibility of the planned duration. First, set the baseline. That's the nominal TSPI, and that equals 1.0. The value means the project earned schedule at the planned rate. If TSPI is less than the nominal, the planned duration is feasible. If TSPI is greater than the nominal, the planned duration might not be feasible. It's at risk. How much risk? A threshold tells us. If TSPI stays below the threshold, expect to finish on time. If TSPI eventually breaches the threshold, consider the planned duration infeasible. What's the value of the threshold? TSPI equal to 1.1. Why 1.1? It's confirmed by mathematical and empirical studies, details of which call for a separate video. What's relevant here is their practical impact. They show that once the threshold is breached, TSPI suddenly shoots up. The future performance that's needed for the planned duration becomes unreasonably high, and with it, the duration becomes unrecoverable. That's important to know, but it leaves us with a challenge. If we wait until the threshold is breached, it's too late. We need to act before that. When? Trends tell us. They signal when to act. A trend is 3 or more consecutive measurements headed in the same direction. If the trend in TSPI heads towards the nominal, prepare to act. If the trend in TSPI breaches the nominal, it's time to act. Otherwise, it's too late to act. An example illustrates what can happen and how to respond, or not. Start with base data. The example is from a real case. It was scheduled for 23 weeks, but only the first 11 are detailed here. Get the planned value and the earned value, and the values here are in thousands of dollars. Calculate the earned schedule. Now graph the data. It helps us see what's going on. The horizontal axis is for periods. The vertical axis is for TSPI. The nominal is 1.0 and the threshold is 1.1. Next, calculate TSPI. It starts at 23 minus 1.17 divided by 23 minus 1, and that gives us 0.992. And then it goes to 23 minus 2.13 divided by 23 minus 2, and that gives us 0.994. And if we graph it, there's a slight movement toward the nominal, but it's too early to make a call on action. There aren't even enough measurements for a trend. Maybe the TSPI will stay at this level throughout the duration, and maybe not. In period 3, TSPI continues to climb. There's a trend, but is no longer heading toward the planned duration. It's over the planned duration and heading toward the threshold. That's a call to action, but it's still pretty early, and the trend has only edged over the nominal. Let's see if it stays below the threshold. It does. TSPI is flat. That breaks the trend. Let's hope it's leveled off. That's not to be. It appears that period 4 was an inflection point, and there's a trend. It's steadily climbing away from the nominal and toward the threshold. That's clearly a call to action. In the real case, the call was not answered. By period 8, TSPI is just shy of the threshold. In the real case, action was finally taken, but did it come too late? Watch what happens next. Once the TSPI threshold was breached, the surge was on. Action came too late, and the schedule became unrecoverable. Observing the numbers is not enough. Believing what they say is not enough. You have to have the will to act on what they are telling you. Here's a summary of how to use the to-complete Schedule Performance Index. Start by calculating the TSPI. Then assess the duration feasibility. If TSPI stays below the threshold, the planned duration is feasible. If TSPI breaches the threshold, the planned duration is infeasible. If you wait for a breach to happen, it's too late. So, when do you start recovery? When do you act? If TSPI breaches the threshold, it's too late to act. If TSPI is below nominal, but heading toward it, prepare to act. If TSPI is above nominal and heading toward the threshold, that's the time to act. For more information on Earn Schedule topics, here are some references.